I have to show, and I want you to talk us through it, because I think this picture kind of summed up, and I think you know what I'm going to show you, but this picture kind of summed up a lot of what you've worked towards. Like it was something that I think kind of captured all CSK fans' hearts as well. And this is a lot of people haven't seen this. Russ, of course, shared this with us. Do you remember this?
Oh, thanks, Russ. Thanks for that, Russ. I'm glad I gave you all clear to show that.
But what? Come on, it's in the past, of course, and it's something that people want to talk about it. People want to listen to you talk about that.
Look, I am going to be totally honest. I had absolutely no idea that had occurred, and even it wasn't until I actually was walking off after I ran myself out in the last over and stuffed it for CSK that the chance to win another final, that I was walking off and I saw blood and a cut through my actual pants. So I thought it must have been because I dived in to try and get in that last run and I was out. So I thought it must have just happened then. And then it wasn't actually until the next day where my wife Lee actually mentioned, there was blood on your pants like before that.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was in the first, I think it's like, I don't know, the first few overs where there's a dodgy run. I had to dive in to be able to get in. And for whatever reason, there must have been a rock or like a bit of, not a rock, but like a bit of hard turf that was there that sort of just cut my leg. So I didn't know that it was there at all. But even if I did, it absolutely would not have stopped me because I've played with a lot of different things before. So a bit of blood's not going to stop me. And especially for such a big, such a big time for CSK, the love and support that I've got since I've joined CSK has just been, it's been mind blowing, to be honest. Like I've been fortunate to play at two other great franchises, but just CSK, the love and support that I've got from the day that I arrived, in the team, around the team, but then also the supporters of CSK has just been, I'm just so fortunate. So I'd give anything to be able to, and I would do anything I can to be able to help CSK, get the best out of themselves, play great cricket, and make everyone as happy as they can, and most importantly, the supporters. It's very special, and now seeing, thanks to CSK, thanks to all like the dad's army for having a lot of kids around throughout when my family comes over, it's meant that it's swept him up in the love of the game of cricket that I've had without me imparting any of that whatsoever. It's always been something that I've never pushed. I'll never push my kids into anything whatsoever. If they if they love what they do, whatever it is, then I'm happy to support them in any way they need to.
Daddy's army. Everyone's already asked you enough about it. I'm not going to go into that. But did the other teammates or friends in the other teams during IPL, especially 2018, obviously was this feeling when you won that saying, "Hey guys, you called us that"? And was there any banter? Did they always tease you with that at all? Did it come to the players, and was it just in the media otherwise?
Now, look, I think people look back on it now and see what Stephen Fleming, MS, and the hierarchy of CSK, what they put together is experience under pressure. And that's what it's made me realize as well. Experience under pressure, you've got more understanding of what the players are going to do. Yeah. So yes, no doubt, when you've got young players, of course, they can shoot the lights out and be incredible. There's no question at all. But when you've got a lot of experience and a lot of experienced players, you've just got more of an understanding about how individuals and collectively, they're going to handle the pressure situations, which in T20 cricket, it's amplified. Like most moments are amplified because there's a toing and froing that it can go one way or can go the other. So when you've got people who've been through these different experiences so many times, you've got more of an understanding of how they're going to react and more chance of reacting a better way than younger guys who, they no doubt they can shoot the lights out and do incredibly well. But I think it's just more so going to be more consistent. And that's what, Stephen Fleming and MS, what they put together has made me realize that.
Speaking of MS,
what I think.
Yeah. Take us a bit about this. Looking dapper in the Indian way, though. But take us a bit about that.
Yeah, that's a beauty of that I love coming to India, to be able to experience different things, and that was definitely, to be able to wear the local Indian attire. I normally, I haven't been exposed to it growing up or anything like that, so to be able to see how it fits and how it wears. But those shoots, that's actually the really special time to be able to connect with the guys. And even when I first came into CSK, that first week where you actually spend time nearly one-on-one with a couple of people in particular, with those full days of shooting, that's a way where you can actually really get to know someone personally. So Dwayne Bravo, DJ Bravo, I actually hadn't really spent much time with him at all up until then. I played with him, well, I was around the Sixers in the Big Bash for a couple of games, a number of years back. But outside of that, I've only really ever played against him. So even a couple of those days shooting in the lead up to that first game for CSK was a great way to be able to connect with him and get to know him and get to really understand how he is. And there he is. He's the sweetest guy you'll ever meet in your life. Whereas on the field, everyone's in survival mode. You don't really see that side to him, as people don't see that side of me. But when you actually step away from the survival mode of being on the cricket field, you see, the other side and the real person they are. And DJ Bravo, he is one of the sweetest guys you'll ever meet in your life. So that's the beauty of having those shoots. And MS Dhoni as well. That's, again, it's a way to be able to, apart from only playing against him, and MS never said a word to me really at all, apart from good game, for the years that I played against him for Australia against India. So, and for the teams playing against CSK. So that was the only few words he ever said to me. So to be able to, again, the lead up to that first game for CSK, to be able to get to know him during one of the days of the shooting, again, was a great way to be able to connect in the lead up to that amazing season that we did have.
Bit of connectivity issues now and then, Waro.
That
put you on the spot. What's the one thing that you found different in CSK compared to the other franchises that you've been a part of?
That you can go like 10 games of not scoring runs and still get picked. Last season, thank you to MS Dhoni and Stephen Fleming for keeping the faith. Every other franchise would have been, you are gone. Thanks for coming, but yeah, you're sitting and you're running the drinks.
I want to ask you about that. What was it like? Does it do great to you? Jokes aside, it's amazing when that faith is always there.
Yeah, it is. Like, it's above and beyond the faith. Like, there was times through that period, I'm like, I have to, unfortunately, I still feel like I'm batting well, but I'm just not scoring runs. So, and that kept going on and on. So at some stage, I was feeling for a couple of games like they're going to have to, I think they're going to move me on, but they didn't. And then when things turned around, which I knew they would at some stage, because I was batting well, I just wasn't scoring runs. Then that Sunrisers game, then it turned around, and I did. I thank Flem and MS as well for keeping the faith, and they said it was never in doubt. I'm like, that's phenomenal. That just made me feel 10 foot tall. So, and that's the power of amazing leadership. That is the power of amazing leadership, to know when to stick in with people that you believe in, and that's what it did for me. So I'm forever indebted to those guys and it's a huge learning curve for me as a leader and as a coach, hopefully moving into the next phase of my life, to show what actual faith and believing in in your players, what actually means to them.
So